Out. There's a lot of land up there that's not being used, and it just would be a lovely gesture for the universalistic peace, which I think is the true goal of Islam and Judaism and Christianity. World Messiaship isn't political in the sense of party political, but it does have principles and values of truth, justice and love that have political implications. And my first request is that all politicians, if you know any politicians, if you've ever met any or thought of becoming one, that you take a truth vow, that everyone in office, in any parliamentary body around the world, should take a vow to tell the truth. Because at the moment they're not doing so, and the world is in a catastrophic state because of that. Obviously we don't know the truth. St. Paul in his lovely letter to the Philippians says, look, I don't know the absolute truth, I'm just working it out. I'm just a seeker of truth like you are. Gandhi said the sage for peace has to be a satyagrahi, someone searching after truth. We're all doing that, but you can't play on the team if you're deliberately lying and confusing people. So, if you want to get on this team, the light team, the Indra Lightning Bolt Collective Universal Enlightenment Team for Peace, which is the tantric application of tantric theory into practice, you have to take that truth path. That's what no yogi would teach anyone unless they vowed truth. No Buddhist saint would teach anybody, no Christian, Truth is the Holy Spirit, it's the discernment, fineness that Solomon talks about in his writings. It's the goddess, the Shekinah, that sorts out the souls. We're going to meet it after death, my friends. Let's please meet it here on this planet and welcome her home. This should be the planet of truth. We should be living in an age of Sat Yuga. So look, what is enlightenment, finally? I want to end with one little story, because I had a sort of insight today that some people think enlightenment is a thing you reach and then you leave the body, you leave relationship, you leave embodiment, because the fallen world is a fallen world. And that's sometimes symbolized by the Buddhist wheel of life, the animals chasing each other. There's a big picture somewhere. This is a wonderful kind of atlas of enlightenment. And here's a picture of Tara, the goddess of Tibet, one of my great patronesses. I love Tara. So in the wheel of life in the Tibetan art, all the different animals are chasing each other around the circle, and that symbolizes ignorance. We can never escape that, the wheel of life. We're trapped into that. And the teaching of enlightenment is you have to rise above that and leave it. Renounce everything, renounce the body, renounce family, leave home, etc. But I was thinking about this from a Druid perspective and a pagan, earth-centered, Gaian perspective, sort of enlightenment for the whole planet. The planet can't leave the planet. The planet's stuck with being here. My cat, nature is here. So how can we infuse the whole planet with enlightenment? Well, I was thinking of redrawing that wheel of life. Instead of seeing it as a doom and gloom, we're stuck here chasing each other as animals, let's see it as the four elements. I was watching some wind on some grass and some wind on some water, and thinking about the power of wind, air. So air is like a deity. Air is Vayu. Vak, what I'm speaking with is just air. Air is a magical thing. But so is water. Water is the deity Poseidon. Neptune, We live because of water. I'm speaking from water, right? But then we're also fire, because I couldn't be speaking unless I was burning fire inside me. I'm filled with the fire to share these ideas, and my loving compassion, my heart beating, it's hot. That's fire in me, and it's fire that I get from my food, from the sun, from solar energy, ultimately. I'm made of solar energy, right? So without fire, there'd be nothing here either. So I'm also fire. But I'm also earth, because I'm rock. My bones are solid. I'm earth. And I love the earth. I have a huge collection of crystals and rocks and precious gems and things. And in Buddhist literature, that's very important. The precious gems, the earth has many, many things of beauty. So I'm all these things. We are all these things. We are the air chasing the water, and then chasing the fire, and then chasing the earth. And we're going round and round in this cycle of elements, which modern chemistry can explain in great detail. And if you look at the shape of the atoms of crystals, they're all like artworks. We're living in the manifested art masterpiece of some pretty high beings, the creator beings, the Yahweh, Indra, Jupiter, that lot. They are pretty amazing artists, and all their female consorts that work with them and inspire them, and the Shekinah, and Juno, thank you very much, etc. So we should be affirming and loving this wheel of life, not trying to seek to renounce it and we hate it and it's evil. But no, it's amazing, but it's been going a bit wobbly. So we're going along on a vehicle that the wheel is wobbling and everyone's getting car sick. So let's stop, get out, sort out this wheel of life, respect the elements, see the divine play at work, respect the artists that have created it all, honour the gods, honour all the gods and the goddesses, and recognise them for what they are, which is like energy archetypes. They're unbelievable matrices of creative energy and power, and contribute in a positive and loving way to the sustenance and the survival and the salvation of all life. Because that's the job. That's what the word Messiah. So if we're a Messiaship Council, that's what we're doing. We're doing that mass collective salvation for the entire planet, and that's what Buddha and the whole team are trying to do. I'm simply a scribe. I'm just like Plato. I'm going to write the notes as the council meets. I'm just an archdruid, and I'm a bit of everything. And I'm very happy to facilitate the coming into being of Wamask, and it's going to be a great honour over the next, however long it takes, to get that council in being and then to speak truth to power, because there are some fallen souls out there that need, to hear an update from the council of the gods and their embodiments, here on planet Earth. Okay, so thank you so much. There's a little update. This is like Tantra 2. I did a recording some time ago. A friend of mine asked me, what is Tantra? Well, this is what Tantra is, my friends. It's the unfolding manifestation of your enlightenment potential in the real world, so that creatively and collectively we make a difference. And we transform the suffering qualities people are going through: poverty, unemployment, lack of resources, gender conflict, violence of all kinds. Transform that, they're all arrows, into flowers, and we think through a planetary system that works for everybody. Okay, thank you, that's an update.